Hey, David Raffoff here. Welcome back to the channel, and I hope you're having a great day. Today I'm going to talk a little bit about making the switch from my previous camera to a new mirrorless camera. Why I did that, which camera I chose, some alternatives, and then, maybe I'll talk a little bit about some of the accessories also that I picked up for it. So, I've been making more and more videos, and I'm trying to just get more efficient with it more than anything. And also get to the point where I understand my camera and what the limitations were on it, and was kind of ready to just, start improving the quality a little bit and improve my workflow. So previously I'd had this old Canon Rebel T3i, and this is a great camera for photography, but it just is missing a lot of features that are pretty necessary for creating videos. I think the maximum length of a video you can shoot on it's about 5 minutes. It doesn't have autofocus, or at least not a good one. And, it's just old. So it doesn't have things like, modern conveniences like Bluetooth and Wi-Fi. And so I was basically just looking for something that would allow me to be more efficient with making videos and allow me to grow some more too with my technical knowledge and take advantage of, some of the things that you would want with a camera, like just shooting under different conditions or getting different lighting effects and that kind of thing. So anyway, I ended up going out and purchasing a Canon M50 Mark II, and this is a pretty popular option for content creators, especially people who are making videos for YouTube. It's also a good option to consider if you need a good quality camera for doing video calls for your job. If you're doing more work from home and you need a pretty more professional look than what you get on kind of the standard webcam, this could be a good option for you. And the Mark II has clean HDMI output, which I think is a bit harder to get, or maybe not possible to get, on the Canon, the non-Mark II version of the M50. I'm not entirely sure. I just know it's easier to do with the Mark II. So if you're looking for better quality, webcam or to do some streaming, this is also an option for you. There are some hoops to jump through and some settings you won't be able to change, but it's possible to make that happen. So the thing I've primarily noticed after switching to the Canon Mark II is just that it's easier to work with because it's a more modern camera. It has a touch screen interface, which this thing's lacking, as silly as that sounds. It's just old. And, the Bluetooth connectivity and Wi-Fi connectivity is really nice. I can control this camera from my smartphone if I want to, including getting, a pretty close to a live video of what the camera's seeing. I can see that on my phone. I can start and stop recording, all those kinds of things. And then, there's some things you can do with it too, like have it automatically sync to your computer so that, your photos and images just get transferred and you don't have to pop the card out constantly. I have run into some just I may be using the software wrong, but it doesn't always work 100% for me. So I am still sometimes transferring the content off the cards directly. And it's probably actually a little bit faster to do it that way. But it's nice to have the option. And then one of the other reasons that I decided on a mirrorless camera versus just getting a newer version of the DSLR is just, for one, it's very compact. So these DSLRs have to be a bit thicker because there's physically a mirror moving in it. And so there's more space between the sensor and the lens. And the mirrorless version, this Canon M50 is probably about 2/3 of the thickness of this thing. You can tell it's a chunky boy there. And then one of the things that you'll end up spending money on as you grow with photography or videography is just buying more lenses. And there's a lot of great DSLR lenses out there. There's probably a lot fewer mirrorless lenses, but if I'm going to start investing in lenses, I kind of want to spend the money on lenses that work with mirrorless cameras versus DSLRs, just because I think that's the way things are going. And that is one of the downsides of shifting from this camera to this mirrorless camera, is that I have some older lenses, not a lot, but 2 or 3, that would have been nice to use with it. technically I can use them if I buy a Canon adapter, but it's like $200, I think. There's some other, you know, cheaper generic, or not generic, but, you know, other brands that make the adapter. But just in general, I think I'm going to try to move away from all the DSLR gear that I have and more towards the mirrorless side. So I'll probably sell this off. I'll probably sell off the lenses that I have. And the lens that I'm shooting on actually is not the kit lens that comes with the Canon M50 Mark II, but it's the 22 millimeter lens. And I've been really enjoying it. It does help give you that kind of like shallow depth of field and a lower f-stop than the kit lens that comes with it. So that's been pretty neat. It wasn't too crazy expensive either. I think if you buy it new, it's around $250, and I think I bought mine used for, it was like 30% off of that or something. I think it was around like $170, or I don't know, I can't remember exactly. But you know, if you're looking to save a little bit of money, I would recommend looking at used lenses from, you know, a reputable buyer online, or reputable seller online. If you're looking for a little bit of a discount. I couldn't tell any difference between this and getting the brand new version of it. So quality wise, it's fine for me. I think the only thing I didn't get with it was just the official Canon box and instructions, but those aren't very exciting. If you've purchased lenses before, they're pretty minimal. So anyway, yeah, I've been really enjoying using this new camera and still kind of getting used to it. But you know, as I use it more, maybe I'll post some updates on just tips and tricks for it. There are a few other things I wanted to mention. There's some accessories that I've purchased to go with it that I'm not going to spend a lot of time on because I'll probably do separate videos on them. But a couple things that can really help out is just getting a small LED light array that you can mount to the top of your camera. I'm using an Alonzi one right now, and it wasn't very expensive. I think it was maybe around $30 or something. And it's pretty versatile. It can be really dim or just incredibly bright, but it really makes it easy, and you don't have to worry about like moving big lights around and trying to set up lights. You can just have it right there on the camera. And then I also picked up just a small shotgun mic that I'm using now. It's the Movo shotgun mic, which is probably the next biggest competitor to the Rode. It's slightly cheaper, and a lot of kind of audiophile reviews on it. People generally like the sound of it better than the Rode mic, which is kind of interesting. So yeah, those are just two things that make it a little bit easier to kind of use this camera under different conditions. And if you wanted to, you know, do some vlogging or something, it's nice to have those things on, you know, available on your camera, so it's you can get a little bit better sound quality, and you can shoot under lower light conditions and it doesn't look weird. But yeah, thanks for watching the video. I hope that was helpful, and if you have any questions or comments, just let me know about those below. And yeah, you know, thanks for watching this, and hope you have a great day.